One of the most interesting threads that runs through the Book of Mormon is its use of legal materials from the Law of Moses and from the ancient Near East. One of the reasons that Nephi had to have the plates of brass was so that they would have the law and know how to live by it. We see interesting examples of the subtle use of the Law of Moses in the Book of Mormon. A good example is the distinction between thieves and robbers in ancient law. A thief was usually a neighbor who stole things at night, quietly, and when you caught a thief, he would have to pay double what he had stolen, but he wouldn't be put to death. A robber was an outlaw, more like a bandit, a pirate, someone who was outside of the legal system. Robbers pillaged and plundered and murdered, and when you caught a robber, you would put him to death, usually without a trial. And so it's interesting that in the Book of Mormon we have the Gadianton robbers, who are always called robbers. And when the Nephites finally catch one, like when they catch Zemnariah, they take him and hang him, execute him without a trial. These little details about how robbers were defined, treated, and executed track exactly the way in which robbers were treated in ancient Israelite and ancient Near Eastern law. Casual readers don't often realize how many lawsuits there are in the Book of Mormon. We have a lawsuit by Sherem against Jacob. We have the trial of Abinadi, the trials of Nahor, Alma and Amulek and Ammonihah, the trial of Korihor, the trial of Seantum, and others. And these cases follow ancient Israelite procedure and substantive law very precisely. Whoever wrote the trial of Abinadi was a lawyer who knew ancient biblical law. And so it's interesting that Alma, the elder, who had been one of the priests in the trial of Abinadi, goes out into the forest, fleeing from King Noah, and writes down the record so that we have almost a contemporaneous transcript of what happened in that trial. The trial is legally accurate in a way that only someone like Alma, a priest, a member of that court, would have been able to have recalled and to have accurately represented. The Book of Mormon makes a repeated point from the time of Jacob and Enos all the way down to the time when the sign of the birth of Christ is given, that the people were strict to obey the law of Moses.